Hi everyone, hope you're well. It's Sunday the 21st of July 2013 and I just noticed that yesterday's vlog doesn't appear to have been watched by anyone apart from me, because there's only about 3 views and as far as I know all of those are myself. So it makes me reflect again on exactly why I'm doing these, because technically I'm not meant to care about that. Because as I've gone over before, it doesn't really matter how many people watch these vlogs or not, because a lot of it is a personal record for myself that I'm going to reflect back on in the next year and stuff. And but it's funny because it I was a bit like but I guess it was Saturday and YouTube subscription thing is weird. And it only goes once on Twitter when I don't sort of like plug it and spam it, so if nobody happens to see it, etc. And also it was about Scrolls and Animal Crossing, which I guess maybe I was just talking about before, and if people aren't if people aren't specifically interested in those games, then they're not going to watch it. But I kind of purposely did that yesterday because I hadn't done much else, so I thought, well, if I talk about Scrolls and Animal Crossing, then that is something that people will want to watch. But I guess maybe that was a mistake and I should just concentrate on keeping these as a record for myself. But yeah, I shouldn't really care about people watching. I think it's the fact that nobody watched it yesterday is part of what makes these vlogs useful to myself, is declaring something publicly and then having that pressure to stick to my plan and stuff. So in order for it to work, I need at least one other person to watch it, But I don't know, it might be stats playing up, maybe a bunch of you did watch it. But anyway, and and I'm sure some people might go back and watch it later, they might just not have seen it yet. But yeah, it did remind me, well actually, that's why I'm doing this. It's for the reflecting on my day every day and keeping on track, and all the personal progress is helped me make by actually focusing and reflecting on what I do every day. So anyway, on that subject, what I've done today is usual. I didn't go swimming. I went to visit my grandparents, and I played a bunch of Animal Crossing. I dropped 500k on turnips today, so fingers crossed that'll pay off. And I did a whole bunch of arranging and I've sold a whole load of items that I don't really want that I had in storage, and I actually haven't had enough space to put all 5,000 of my turnips in actually in my locker, so that's all good. Wasted a lot of time on Twitter and YouTube. Played a bunch of System Shock 2, still not at the end but getting there. And I watched the TGS Blood Bowl final with TB and Crendor. TB was streaming it and it was hilarious, and I can't wait till next season. They're going to have quicker matches with 45-second turns, so that really good idea to tighten that up. But the last match was hilarious, especially if you've been following the progress of Little Skittles. Little Skittles does some heroic stuff. It's really cool. And what else? I read a really good article about how there's more of an emergence of computer games with kind of a longer, if not infinite, play time. Like things like Minecraft, you can play forever. Things like MOBAs, where it's kind of like the esports thing, so you play forever and there's leagues and and it's like a sport, and MMOs where they're just really, really big and long, and how it's sort of like a single game can become a hobby, and the person who wrote it reckons more developers are going to try and chase that, because monetarily for a developer is a really good thing to crack, because you then have a dedicated audience and lots of money, for monthly subscriptions and stuff, but also you have that whole culture and everything, and it's a lot more rewarding than just making games that people complete in 8 hours. And And yeah, so that's something when I go back to making the computer game I want to make, it's something I might consider of trying to make it sort of like a long form kind of game that there will always be something to go back for to, level up a little bit more, whatever. So it's something I'll be considering when I've bookmarked it and everything for reference. So it's something I'll be considering in my own game, or sort of like having a large scope. Because it's also something I like. This is a whole subject for another time, actually. But it's something I like when I was playing Vesper 5, the idea of having to go back every day. And same with Animal Crossing, just having to go back every day. That's also something I might put into my game, having some kind of real-time element. Because you don't burn out as much, and some games I really love, and I kind of just don't get around to going back to them. But if a game actually has something built in where it's like you need to go back to it every day, then it kind of forces you to play a game that you actually want to play anyway, so that's cool. Anyway, and also I played a bit of Scrolls, and my dice game I've just been researching some Jiffy bags for postage, and I think I've found the right size and everything, and priced it all up and everything, so that's all good. So that's all I've got to talk about today. I hope it's still recording. You can probably notice a change in my voice at the moment. My monitor freezes because that's in the back of my mind that all of this might need to be repeated. So I'm going to have to lean in to turn you off. I hope you're well, and I will see you tomorrow.